Welcome aboard to the AM News. My name is Denise Apomaje. In our very first story, residents of Wa say they welcome the life sentence handed down to a serial killer, 31-year-old cobbler Sherif Abdulai, who confessed to killing 16 people in the Upper West region and 5 others in the Savannah region. However, they firmly believe he did not commit the crimes alone. They are therefore calling on security and intelligence agencies to investigate further and uncover any accomplices behind the suspected murders to prevent future occurrences. Joy News' Upper West Regional correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
Clean-shaved hair and beneath it is criminal intent. The face of a serial murderer, Sherif Abdulai Christos, for close to 5 years, has killed over a dozen of people in the Upper West and Savannah regions. Majority of his victims being private night security men and mentally challenged persons. Crack security and intelligence officers were deployed to search for him, but for almost 4 years, he was elusive until his luck ran out at Doble after he killed another security person, Issa Yahaya. The police say he was arrested following what they described as sustained intelligence operation and investigations. Here is the Upper West Regional Police Commander, DCOP Francis Yiribare, briefing the press on his arrest on October 6, 2025.
I am happy to announce, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, that our efforts at tracking these cases have yielded some significant outcomes. After weeks of intense intelligence, we have successfully arrested 2 suspects. Sherif Abdulai, aged 30 years. The suspects later admitted during interrogation that he has killed 15 people in the Wa municipality since 2021. And that is prior to the recent killing of Issa Yahaya at Doble. He further noted that he usually targets watchmen and mentally challenged persons.
He was subsequently arraigned before the Wa High Court on March 4, 2026, after committal proceedings at the District Magistrate Court, represented by counsel. Abdulai pleaded guilty to the charges. Upon his own plea, the presiding judge, Justice Oseiwusu Ontwi, sentenced him to life imprisonment in hard labor. The sentence to serve life over the 23 murders has brought relief to the people of the Upper West region.
I thank the security agency very well for their actions that led to the arrest, and I will encourage them to do more, at least to wipe out any other person that would be involved in such acts.
Well, I'm not happy because he might not be the only person that have killed all those people. If they were able to get all of them and bring them to court, then that would be fine. But for sending only one person to prison, I think that's not fair.
Much as they are happy about the sentencing of the serial killer, Sherif Abdulai, they want the authorities, particularly the security agencies, to delve deep into the matter, to bring more suspects in, to prevent future occurrences.
We were not there at the investigations, but as a good citizen of this region, what we want to urge the public is that they should do more investigation on this issue, because we can never understand that it's a single person act.
We are not sure whether those who were part of him are still there. If they are there, which I'm sure they are there, they can still do what he was doing, because he wasn't the only one killing the people.
Sherif Abdulai Christos will serve his sentence at the Insawo Medium Security Prison.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Now in education, learning conditions for pupils at Kweman Presbyterian Basic School have improved following the refurbishment of the school's only library by the Rotary Club of Accra. The project replaces a cramped reading space where pupils previously had to sit outside, providing a brighter and more spacious environment for reading and learning. There's more in the following report.
Promoting reading and strengthening literacy remain key to improving education among young learners. To support this goal, the Rotary Club of Accra has refurbished the library at Quayman Presbyterian Basic School. Headmistress Mercy Akudavoji says the new facility is a major improvement for pupils and appealed for additional support to enhance ICT and classroom infrastructure at the school.
The library was very small, so the learners could not enter at library time. So normally they bring their chairs out to do the reading and the librarian will be guiding them. So as we have got this new facility, it will encourage them to be inside and to have a quiet moment to be reading. Now we don't have even one computer for practical lessons. The lessons are being taught in abstract. As Rotary have taken the first step, we are pleading that other organizations will also help. Even our structure is not in a good condition. So if our classrooms will be extended, we'll be very grateful.
President of the Rotary Club of Accra, Samuel Thompson, says the project forms part of the club's commitment to promoting education in underserved communities.
We help with education, and our aim is to help people be on their own, to be able to grow up as they should. Like I said, we want to secure the future of the children. First, we came to plant trees here to make sure that the environment was good, and then now we've refurbished the library to ensure that it helps with the children's learning and reading skills.
Students at the school say they are excited about the refurbished library and the opportunity to access more books and improve their reading.
I am very excited for the library. I love reading, so I'll visit the library often so that I can borrow books to read. The library is so nice. You'll enjoy reading there. I'll come there often and get more vocabularies.
For now, the school community hopes the refurbished facility will strengthen reading and improve learning outcomes among pupils. For Joy News, Evelyn Ampa's report, read to you.
Still on education, pupils of Eswechir MA Basic School in Cape Coast Metropolis now have a more conducive learning environment following the commissioning of a 6-unit classroom block by the Metropolitan Chief Executive George Justice Arthur. Speaking at the ceremony, the MCE noted that the new facility will help address challenges such as low attendance and inadequate classroom space. He stressed that the intervention forms part of broader efforts by the Assembly to tackle infrastructure challenges in the education sector within the metropolis.
Speaking at the ceremony, the Central Regional Director of Education, Dr. Juliet Dufie-Utame, described the new classroom block as a significant investment in quality education and called for renewed commitment from stakeholders to enhance academic outcomes.
This facility is really an investment in quality basic education, and so we must treat it as such. We must also be clear that buildings alone do not generate quality. Infrastructure is a foundation, but performance is built by people. Teachers who are prepared, head teachers who lead, and parents who support when learners are also committed. As a directorate, we will continue to strengthen supervision, teacher professional development, and accountability to ensure that this new facility translates into improved learning outcomes.
Addressing the gathering, the Metropolitan Chief Executive of Cape Coast, George Justice Arthur, emphasized that the intervention forms part of ongoing efforts to address infrastructure challenges in the education sector within the metropolis.
Like many parts of the metropolis, the schools face challenges such as inadequate classrooms, limited resources, and teacher shortages, which negatively impact quality education. But through initiatives like the construction of classrooms, we are tackling those hurdles head-on, ensuring our children access quality education.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for Cape Coast North constituency, Dr. Kwame Namintanyako, urged management and students of the school to cultivate a stronger maintenance culture.
What we are pleading is that the school authority the students will take very good care of this particular project. More so, we wish that the students who churn out from this particular institution will be able to be great people in future. We know the atmosphere is conducive, and then their learning will be more peaceful and then prudent for them to be able to acquire knowledge. We are also of the view that the community who gave us the land to be able to put out this particular edifice will also be police people to also ensure that people don't break in and then come and steal things that are being used in this particular premises.
The 6-unit classroom block commissioned at the Switcher MA Basic School forms part of several development initiatives in Cape Coast being implemented under the District Assembly's Common Fund. From Cape Coast, Abigail Lissel and Kroma reports for Joy News.
Car Powership Ghana, in partnership with the University of Ghana School of Engineering Sciences, is stepping up efforts to empower female engineering students as part of activities marking International Women's Day. The initiative focuses on mentoring and training young women to increase their participation in male-dominated energy and technology sectors. There's more in the following reports, filed by Deborah Inimwa Bedu.
The energy and technology sectors remain largely dominated by men. Communications manager for Car Powership Ghana, Sandra Amakwe, says the mentorship program is aimed at encouraging more women to pursue careers in engineering.
Like I said, the energy sector is male dominated. You have more of the male more than the female. So you want to balance the ratio, and you can only balance the ratio if you go deep down to the young women who are studying STEM engineering programs, to encourage them, pay their fees, have mentorship programs for them. We have periodic tours on our power ship, because sometimes when they get on the ship, that is when they get to understand some of the things that they are studying in school. So it's an all-round sustainable project that we're doing. If we do that, we will be able to get these young ladies work with us, even if it's not Car Powership, it's with any other energy company that they'll be working with.
Dean of the University of Ghana School of Engineering Sciences, Elsie Effa Kaufman, says creating supportive environments is key to helping women thrive in STEM fields.
Globally, women account for roughly 33% of researchers. Progress is real, but hardly remains distant. In the technology workforce, women make up approximately 28% globally and about 25% of computing jobs. This is a modest rise, yet far from where we need to be. I hope you are. In engineering, the gap widens. Only approximately 15% of engineering roles are held by women. In Ghana, as of the third quarter of 2025, the Ghana Statistical Service labor data showed that women make up about 25% of workers in technical and engineering-related occupations, with even lower representation in engineering and computer science roles. These are critical spaces where future leadership is being forged, and if we don't have women there, we have a problem.
Meanwhile, MP for Ayawaso West Wagon, John DeMello, pledged support for initiatives that empower female engineering students.
And so it's important that we should encourage more women in politics, more women in engineering. And I know sometimes it's difficult for women in the workspace because there are so many pressures from different sides. And as men, we should also encourage our women to be engineers, to be lawyers, to be homemakers, to be politicians, to be everything, because we all need each other. Men need women, women need men, we all need each other. And so I'm proud of you, engineering students here, and I would always support you. Also being your member of parliament, I'll always support you.
Organizers say such initiatives are crucial to building confidence of more young women to pursue careers in engineering and technology. For Joy News, Deborah Enimwa Bedo's report, read to you.
Also, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Terence Michael Drew, has described the transatlantic slave trade as one of the worst war crimes committed against Africa and the Caribbean. Calling for reparative justice, Dr. Drew indicated that acknowledging the brutal legacy of the slave trade and apologizing for its enduring impact will represent a significant step forward in humanity's pursuit of justice and reconciliation. He shared this after a tour of the Cape Coast Castle.
As part of his official visit to Ghana, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Michael Drew, made a stop in the historic city of Cape Coast. Receiving the delegation, the Central Regional Minister, Ekopein Adriamwa Ochre, underscored unity and collaboration as drivers of development across nations. Many countries were affected by the slave trade. These countries are now united, calling for what was stolen from them to be brought back. Our chiefs will support us to develop our countries. With the chiefs' commitment, our unity will bring development. During a courtesy call, the Ogwamanhen Osaberi Makwesiata II welcomed the entourage and called for sustained engagement that promotes global awareness and progress.
This should not be one-off.
This should not be a one-off. It should be as often, and we will have to join hands. Maybe we come there occasionally to look at you, and you will come here to look at us. And gradually, we will mend our ways to the highest point, where everybody will know that we have come of age.
Everybody will know that we have come of age.
The Prime Minister also toured the historic Cape Coast Castle, where he reiterated calls for reparative justice for the enduring impacts of the transatlantic slave trade on Africa and the Caribbean.
And then coming here and seeing this atrocity that was committed to our people, I don't think I can find the words today. The words are very, very hard to find. But I say, for the sake of humanity, this must be recorded in the pages of the United Nations Assembly.
He further urged intensified documentation and promotion of tourism to historic sites as a means of preserving history and its significance.
And I really want to thank President Muhammad for really leading the charge so that it is documented that this is among the worst crimes among the worst crimes committed against humanity. This is not just for our people, this is for the whole of humanity. That something like this must never, ever happen again. Reparations must be part of the equation. And until then, this cannot be put to rest until those who are involved would apologize sincerely and do what is necessary to correct as much as possible the damage that has been caused as a result.
From Cape Coast, Abigail Lissel Nkrumah reports for Joy News.
Let's do business. Associate Professor of the University of Cape Coast Business School, Sherif Abdulai, says he's optimistic that Ghana's recent debt restructuring will not dampen investor appetite for new government bonds. Speaking to Joy News, he stressed that while the government plans to issue these bonds, it must proceed carefully and deepen engagements with investors.
Bond restructuring came as a shock to investors when nothing like that has been discussed. It is the first time Ghana had experienced that. In the financial market, interest rates go up and come down. Debt exchange is very critical to ensure that the bondholder do not lose the principal amount they have invested in the bond. And so understanding this concept, that if there is going to be any exchange that will come, your principal will still be safe. What will be affected is your interest that you are going to get on it. That is very good. Already we are enjoying some goodwill from the international community and the investment community that we have. If you see the prices of shares on the Ghana Stock Exchange, the market is now booming and we see a lot more people buying shares because they thought these shares are doing well. All we need to do as a country is that the Ministry of Finance the Bank of Ghana, the Ghana Stock Exchange, the Bankers Association, and all those in the value chain of financial services would ensure that we intensify the services of education so that the Ghanaian would understand what it means to invest in the financial market, the risks associated with investing in the financial market. Once we understand that, that will not come as a shock for us. So for now, I am optimistic that we would have the goodwill of the investment community, including you and myself, to invest in these bonds that will give us the needed desire that we have. One thing that is also going to push for that is that if you look at the money market, that's a short-term market, the treasury bill rates are lower. And so a number of people are going to compare the rates of the treasury bill and the rates of the bond. And definitely, if government wants to get some amount of money to finance its infrastructure project, it may raise the rate of the bond a little above the treasury bill rate.
Also, the Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama has attributed the continuous reduction in inflation to prudent management of the economy. The governor is also projecting an improved financial position for the bank this year, despite recent losses. There's more in the following report.
In a brief explanation on some development in the economy with Joy Business, the Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama added that some of these measures taken that has helped in the city's appreciation as well as checking liquidity on the market did play a significant role in reducing inflation to this record level. The governor added that the Bank of Ghana will continue to press ahead with some of these monetary measures to help keep inflation within its projected target for this year. On the recent losses posted by the Bank of Ghana, the governor noted that he sees things improving this year to a better position. This is due to the fact that the associated fees and charges under the domestic gold purchase program, which in the past contributed to those losses, as reduced by half. Dr. Isiama was also quick to add that the cost of bringing inflation down to this new level, so that the city's appreciation, have all gone down significantly, and all this should give some comfort to the Bank of Ghana in terms of its financial position, improving significantly for this year.
And that's it for business. That's it for AM News. But before I part ways with you, AM Show is sponsored by Shield Silicone Paint from Azar Group, Syntex Pipes, and Time Herbal Mixture. Now, the largest gathering of market actors in Ghana is happening this March in Tamale. World Vision Ghana's Thrive 2030 project presents Ghana National Market Actors Forum. Be part of a powerful national platform that brings together producers, buyers, investors, processors, policymakers, and development partners to strengthen market linkages and unlock inclusive economic growth. The venue is Modern City Hotel, Tamale, dates 24th to 26th March. We invite exhibitors and vendors from following sectors. 1. Value chain crop and plant-based value chains, livestock and animal-based value chains, processing and agro-industrial value chains, handicrafts and creative value chains. The second is market actors, buyers and off-takers, aggregators and traders, processors and manufacturers, input suppliers, financial service providers. The third is market service providers, that's logistics, packaging, certification, quality assurance, etc. The fourth is institutions, that's corporate Ghana, NGOs, development partners, policymakers and regulators. So join us in Tamale and be part of a forum that turns market opportunities into real growth for businesses, farmers and communities. For registration and enquiries, contact Priscilla on 054-791-7817, John on 024-350-67669, I beg your pardon, or Joseph on 024-117-8948. Well, that's it for AM News. My name is Denisia Pomaije. For more news, please do log on to myjoyonline.com. Enjoy the rest of the show. Happy Independence Day. Have a lovely day.